And I think I would say to people that are worried about getting started on LinkedIn, I call it the gateway drug, is commenting.
They're overwhelmed and they have no idea, like, what's even the first step? You know, what do I do? Because it's like, you don't know what you don't know, which is why we exist. On today's episode, we have a very special IRL guest, Annabel, founder of The Social Selling Gal. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Is there a "the" in front of Social Selling Gal, or did I just make that up?
Actually, it is just Social Selling Gal,
sorry.
purely so that there's not as many letters in the website.
Got you. Social Selling Gal, Annabel.
But I am the
You are
Social Selling
the
Gal.
one and only.
So
The one and only.
that's where you got the from.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about the power of social selling and what holds most people back from being active on LinkedIn. This is our jam. And Annabelle's fabulous, and she has a lot of excellent tips and do's and don'ts for you guys today. So that's what we're covering. Why do you think most people just don't do it?
I think, honestly, a huge part of it is a psychological thing. People get in their own heads. They think that they don't have anything to say, which is not true. You know, first and foremost, you know, a lot of people are like, worried that what they say is there's someone out there who knows more than me and they're going to hop in the comments and say, hey,
and roast you.
Yeah. And the people that know more about it, they don't care. They're not reading your posts. They're really like off to bigger and better things. Like, you're posting for the people that know less than you. And so that's your audience, and that's who you want to think about.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, it's the imposter syndrome. You got to get that out of your head. And everybody does know an incredible amount of stuff. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and I can't remember where this stat came from, so I'm not even going to attempt to say where it came from, but it was something like, even like the most introverted person that like doesn't like to leave their house or talk to anyone will still influence 10,000 people in their lives.
Wow. That's cool.
So if you think about that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we all know stuff.
Amazing.
We all have lived experiences. We all have stuff to say. So I think that's the first thing, is that people worry that they don't have stuff to say that's valuable. And I would challenge that to every single person that I talk to. The second thing that holds people back is that there's a comparison trap.
Yes.
That they they get on LinkedIn and they see all of these posts about how everything's great, and people are like 3xing their pipeline with this one simple framework, and it's not real life. So I think, you getting out of the comparison trap. When it comes to posting, a really good thing to do is to allow yourself to write outside of LinkedIn, so that then you're bringing your content to LinkedIn versus absorbing all of this content, whether it's negative or positive or making you feel a certain way. So you're writing for you, you're writing for your target buyer versus letting other people's content impact you in a positive or negative way.
Yeah, I think that's a big one too. I have, for those of you listening, we are at our friend Leslie's house, and she has teen affirmations in the bathroom that I have.
I saw that when I was
and
peeing.
I have one in the shower. I went through them and I was like, oh my gosh, I love these.
I love
might
the one
be
you
40,
picked for
but
today.
I want to be a teenager. But the one that I put in the shower literally says, I will not compare myself to others. Oh, you saw that one. That's the one you saw?
Peeing today, and I looked over into the shower, and I was like, that's a really great message. And I assumed Leslie had put that in there.
That was the one I put
daughter,
up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I like that.
I'll switch it out before I leave here.
But yeah, I think the comparison trap is a big one.
If your LinkedIn strategy right now is just post and hope, we should fix that. We built a free AI tool that creates a personalized LinkedIn growth plan based on your specific business and your audience. It takes less than 5 minutes. Grab it free at yourfuturebiz.com/revenue. That's yourfuturebiz, biz.com/revenue.
I also think people don't know where to start. Or
that's the biggest thing I see, is like they're overwhelmed and they have no idea, like, what's even the first step? You know? What do I do? Because it's like, you don't know what you don't know. which is why we exist, you and I, in doing what we do to help people with that and showing them that like it doesn't have to be that hard. I think overthinking is a big problem too.
Yes. And
lack of confidence in
I'm
overthinking.
like a serial overthinker, so I relate. Hardcore relate to that. What was the other? I had another one on the tip of my tongue and it just flew out of my brain.
What about people that work for companies?
Yeah, so that's a big one, is that if you're, you know, and I have personally felt this, that if you're working for a big, well, it doesn't even have to be a big company. If you're working for a company and that company doesn't make you feel safe posting, hasn't empowered you to post, I worked for a company and it wasn't a big company, it was a small company, and I was asked to take a post down. And I didn't feel very safe or empowered to post anything after that. I did continue to post, but
or they try to dictate what you post.
Or they try to dictate and tell you what to post. Or even they don't give you the time, you know, from a social selling perspective, if you're being asked to make, you know, 50 DAOs a day, do these very intense sequences, and they haven't built in time for you to do some of that content building and social selling plays, then it's not going to work either. So I think that is also a piece of it. The other one that I had.
Okay, we've got not knowing what to do and overthinking.
Not knowing what to do, overthinking,
being scared,
syndrome.
fear of sounding stupid or people not liking what you post. Oh, also another one is not knowing what to say in the messages to people. So we've been talking a lot about posting and personal branding, but then there's the other element of what do I say when I reach out to prospects?
So even a step further back than that is like, what do I say when I connect with someone?
Yeah. Yes.
And I've gone back and forth on this one a lot, because you can send a message when you connect with someone, but I feel like as time goes on, the advice that I have started giving is if you can give that person context, then give it to them. If not,
leave it blank.
Leave it blank.
Yeah, that's what I say too. So in the LinkedIn connection request, I'm always, if you are newish and maybe you don't have a lot going on your profile, you haven't really built your brand yet, it's going to be more important for you to try harder to stand out in the DMs when you send the connection request. And so in that case, I would, well, first of all, make sure your profile is optimized, and quick plug for the Next Wave membership and Lumi can optimize your profile for you in under 5 minutes, just saying. But if you haven't worked on your LinkedIn, you need to put context in there more than anything and try to find something personal to make you stand out. If you have a presence, a profile that's optimized, you look legit, you can get away with sending a lot of blank connection requests. Like you and I can get away with it. And females in general can get away with it. Sorry, dudes who are listening to this. I tell people this all the time. The teams I'm training and our Next Wave members, I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is the reality. Like, guys just have to try harder. Like women, it's just easier for us to send a blank connection request and get people to accept. Yeah. That's just the reality of it. So if you're a dude, you're going to have to try a little bit harder unless you have a decent audience and look amazing. But especially if you're in sales, I would try to find something to mention in the connection request. If you can, but to Annabelle's point, we would rather you say nothing than come across salesy and spammy, because then you just ruin your shot. Yep. So you're better off not saying anything at all.
100%. Yeah. If they don't respond, you can always go in, take it back, and 3 weeks later, try again. So,
yeah, exactly. You can withdraw.
You can withdraw it and reshoot your shot. But when it comes to sending the direct messaging, I think it's the most important thing is to just sound like a freaking human. Sound like you actually looked at their profile. I was telling Mandy, I sent a message to someone who it was a first connection, because we both always recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're selling something, to look through your first connections first, people that have already been looking at your content and you've been secretly selling to over time, right, with your content. And I reached out and said, hey, we've been connected since 2012, which is bonkers because I've been 2 different people since then. But I have 2 reasons for reaching out. Like,
try like 4 different people. Yeah. I mean, I could go through since 2012.
And that was his response. Like, I'm jealous that you've only been 2 different people. And I'm interested in both of the things that you are reaching out, right? Like, just be a human when you're reaching out. Like, there's so many people out there on LinkedIn right now saying like, I can give you the exact script, or I can give you there is no magic DM.
No, there is
no one DM. There is no one script. And it's individual. It's a skill that you have to learn to look at someone's profile and read like, hey, how would I approach this person in real life? Like, how can I connect with this person?
Yeah. And if you wouldn't say it in real life, don't say it in the messages at all.
Yeah.
And Lindsay, the other co-host, I'm doing in real life episodes right now with Leslie and Annabel, the last couple of episodes, but we were just on our Next Wave group call yesterday. And Lindsay was like, I am the easiest person to do outreach to because she talks about poopy pipelines all the time. Like she has these things that are very unique to her.
Yeah.
And a style that you literally could go to her profile and within 30 seconds find something that's uniquely personal to her and mention it in the message, and she will accept it 100% of the time. But when people don't do that, it's like that's just lazy.
Low-hanging fruit.
That's low-hanging. It's the pure laziness. She's like, I am the easiest person to do outreach to. And it's true, but most people aren't doing that. They're not taking the time to go to someone's profile. Like I have a good friend that I'm still friends with to this day, and it was years ago, and he has a ton of followers in the tech space. And I literally went to his profile. He is from Northern California, which is where I lived at the time, Northern California. And he was with his dog on a hike in like Mendocino. And I literally just mentioned like, hey, Jacob, saw your profile. Love how you and Cooper were in Mendocino hiking the other day. And he said, wow, you were the first person in the last 1,000 connection requests that mentioned something about my profile. And it literally took me 30 seconds to go and look at his pictures. And I was like, oh, how cute. I love his dog and I love Mendocino. I'm going to send a message.
Guys, the social selling bar is
it's so low. Yeah.
It's so stinking low.
Like just be a cool human.
Be a cool human.
Yeah. Like be a friendly human and look for something personal. It's not hard.
Which like brings me to commenting. So like we've talked about connection requests. We've talked about DMs. Commenting. I tell people comment like you would text.
Oh, I like that.
Or like you would Slack people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so like if you would say like BRB or LOL or like like the way or like the emojis that you would use, like that's how you should comment.
I like that.
Like because that's
a good tip.
That's how your persona comes across.
That's awesome.
And I think I would say to people that are worried about getting started on LinkedIn or nervous about getting started, a good way to get started, like I call it the gateway drug, is commenting.
Absolutely.
Is to get in the comments. And now that they show you the impressions, you can start seeing what's resonating and what's not. And it starts showing you like where you're getting traction with your target buyers. And you can see what you might want to turn into a post too.
Yeah, we have tons of members crushing it right now. Like Brian just had like 86,000 impressions on comments.
That's crazy.
Like, we were talking about this on the Sell Better show yesterday, Lindsay and I, and Will Aitken was like, he's like, I'm just trolling in the comments because it's doing better than my posts.
Right?
You know? And he has like a ton of followers, and he was just showing the comments and stuff, and he's like, yeah, the comments are what's crushing it for me right now.
Oh, I had that. So that crazy aura post, I had this.
Oh yeah, tell them about the aura ring.
So I had this post that literally. And in fact, I should do a post about the other post. So I did a post that morning because I was going to a hospital to have a colonoscopy. Really exciting.
I love that we're talking about this on the phone.
I was going to hospital to have a colonoscopy. Fun stuff that happens in your mid-40s. And I had queued up a poll for that morning because I knew I wasn't going to have time to post. So I queued up a poll, and the only person that has voted on that poll to this day is me.
Really?
It bombed.
Wow.
And I know
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, no one did.
Okay. Is it still up?
I think, I mean, I think it's closed now, right?
Yeah,
obviously,
true.
It's more than 2 weeks.
Yes.
But yeah, it was like no one saw it except for me. It bombed. So while I'm sitting back there in my hospital gown, I've got no makeup on, I'm, got my phone. They tell me I can keep my aura ring on. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I'm going to tell LinkedIn. I'm bored out of my mind. My other post is bombing. What have I got to lose? So I click a picture of me, no makeup. Guys, guess what? They're going to let me take my ring into
surgery.
Yeah. I don't think I even said surgery. They're going to let me keep my ring on. Yeah. I'm in a hospital gown. Everybody just made assumptions. Of course, everyone freaks out because what's going on.
I know. I even did. I was like, girl, are you okay?
And then I hand my phone to them and get wheeled back for 45 minutes to take a nice medical chemical nap. This post blew up. I had over 1,000 people view my profile from it. The comments, 3 or 4 of my own comments got 5,000 impressions. Like several other people's, something about it. And I don't know if it's because Aura
and you tagged Aura. She tagged Aura.
I tagged Aura, which I've tagged Aura before.
Yeah.
And they haven't shown up in the comments. But because they showed up in the comments, I think, and they have hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, get in the comments of lives are a great way.
Yeah, I tell people, try, if you're getting your feet wet, try to leave at least 5 comments a day and ring people's bell. If you guys don't know what that is, you have to be following someone on LinkedIn, and then you go to their profile and click the bell, and then you'll get notified of when they post. And the ones that have blown up, like my own comments, I just left a comment the other day on this big AI influencers post, and I don't even know, it probably has 10,000 impressions now. And it was a social media network for AI. Like AI created its own social media network, right? Like this is in the news. Like a bunch of AI robots created their own social media network, and they're talking, they have their own language now, they have their own religion. And I said, oh boy, what's next? Tinder for robots? And then I put bot, and then I put Bot Bay, like the name of it, like Tinder for robots, Bot Bay. And people were like, that's amazing. I hope you trademarked this. And the comment blew up. But the reason is I was the first person to comment. And this guy has timing of it. The timing is crucial too, because I have this guy's, Greg's, I rang his little bell. I get the notifications. I just happened to be on LinkedIn at that time. And so I clicked it, and I was literally the first person to comment. And so because of that, and it was like a cute comment, and people were going and looking at the domains. They were screenshotting it for me. They were like, the domain's taken, but this one's available. They were literally thinking about, we need a company. We need a Bot Bay in our lives. Yes. So timing has a lot to do with this too.
Yes.
And so it's you need to be commenting on prospects' posts, your industry influencers post, and also your prospects influencers that they follow.
Yep.
So if you are a marketing agency, but you are working with nonprofits, for example, you're going to want to go and follow the nonprofit influencers and comment and engage with them, because that's who your prospects are following. Right. And you guys, it doesn't we're sitting here talking and it sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. You could literally do this in 10 minutes a day. It's really not that hard. Yeah. And this is what LinkedIn is rewarding right now. So yeah, go do it.
One other thing that I would say is that you can create a content bank for LinkedIn really, really fast by just having ChatGPT interview you.
Oh yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
can create a content bank. You can create a list of questions. You can curate a list of questions in ChatGPT, and then if you have the paid version, you on your phone can have ChatGPT interview you and record that, and then throw it back into ChatGPT on ChatGPT, and ask it to give you a bunch of post ideas from that, and then you can write posts based on that.
I love that. So. You just gave me a perfect segue to plug our it's free, you guys, custom GPT called the LinkedIn Strategist, but the S is cute and it's a $sign.
Like
just
that.
saying. So we'll put links in the show notes here, and you guys can go download it. And that's literally going to give you topics and a whole LinkedIn strategy that you can then leverage and do whatever you want with, or you can join the next wave and have a massive shortcut with all of the cool tools, and Annabel and I in the membership, and Lindsay to help you. So, okay, we good then?
We good.
A lot of good tips. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining, and make sure you check out the other episode with Leslie, since it is very rare that we get to do in-person episodes, and these are awesome. So
special VIP.
Thank you guys for special VIP over here. Thanks for listening and watching, and we will see you soon.
Okay, now go build something cool. And if you can't figure out what's holding back your revenue, grab our free Hidden Revenue Finder GPT at yourfuturebiz.com/revenue.
If you like what you hear, or at least didn't hate it, hit that follow or subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.
And just like that, another business problem got a little clearer. Because in the business world, it's not about who raises first.
It's about who lasts.